Today we're doing a 20-minute full-body guided club bell workout. Just like for my in-person and virtual clients, I'm going to be calling out the cues throughout. So this is perfect for any beginners or anyone who just wants a little added reminder for positioning and form and how you're supposed to move throughout the exercises. I will have a 10 and a 15-pound club available for myself, and I'll leave a link in the description below for where you can get yours. For this workout, we have 2 rounds of 10 exercises. We're doing 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. We have 2 hands on the club at all times. So the first round, you're gonna have 1 hand on top, and then the second round, you switch. So let's get to it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the bell for notifications, like this video, share it with your friends and Club Bell family, drop me a comment, let me know how you got on with this format, and be sure to come back to this Club Bell playlist for more. So today I'm going to be cueing you. We have a timer. I will get it started in just a minute. I just want to remind everybody that as we move through these exercises, we're doing 1 whole round with 1 hand on top. I am right-handed, so I like to have my left hand on top for the first round because, you know, it's my weaker side. I want it to get tired and have as much energy as I possibly can devote to it. So I'll have my left hand on top for the first round, and then we switch for that second round, so my right hand will be on top. I have an array of weights available for myself. There's a link in the description below for where you can get yours. So have options if you have them, right? This is a lot of very basic movements, but that's perfect. We want to build a really strong foundation. So let's get to it. Let me just turn on this timer. We've got 10 seconds to prep. First move is a side-to-side swing. Thinking about not coming higher than shoulders for this. You want to be still spreading the earth with your feet as we swing side to side. Kind of finding that place where the club is almost weightless. Always remembering to breathe and rest. Taking your time. It's always really great to have a towel or something available because your hands do get sweaty doing club bells. So you just kind of want to make sure you can wipe them off on something. Balance squat is next. Here we go. Squeezing those elbows tight to your sides. Shoulders are packed down. You're still thinking about kind of keeping your arms in that order position. You don't want to have your forearms really high. Squeezing the butt at the top. And rest. Feeling free to choke up on the club if you need to. You can still have 2 hands on the club and it be a little wild, right? So we'd rather have control of the club the entire time that we are working. If that means choking up a little bit, that's totally fine. Here we go. Shoulder cast. My left hand is on top. It's going over my left shoulder, squeezing my butt, spreading the earth with my feet, thinking about bringing my bicep to my ear. Inhale as I go up. Exhale as I go down. Thinking about buttoning that top button of a cardigan so you're really using your core every time you exhale. Always like shaking out my hands and my wrists throughout the workout. We have these front back rockets coming up next. 2 hands are on, so you may need a little bit of a wider stance. Here we go. And we're thinking about bouncing. So you really want to think about kind of almost sitting back in a chair. You still have a nice straight back. Bounce, 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 bounce. Still spreading the earth with your feet. It's really just the arms are swinging. Quads should be on fire for this. Almost there. And rest. Alt circles coming up. Again, my left hand is on top, so I'm starting off to the left side as opposed to in the midline of the body. Here we go. Spreading the earth with your feet. Trying to find that order position every time. Stopping is the hard part. But the better you get at stopping, the easier it is to find the flow when you want to just kind of flow and keep moving. Dead clean coming up. As always, spreading the earth with your feet, pushing those feet down into the ground and corkscrewing them. If you were in sand, you could kind of fan them out, but that's not the goal. You don't want to have your toes pointed outward. We're not doing ballet. Toes face forward. And we do a dead clean. Swing up, shoulders packed down. Try and release that club. Swing up. Nice and gentle. You want to land this club without making a sound. And rest. Shield cast up next. We're more than halfway through this round. Left hand is on top. That's the side that we're focused on. Just going to go over the opposite ear, my right ear. Shoulders packed down. You can't see my forearm if I were looking in the mirror. Swing over the opposite ear. Allow your head to just look. Follow the club. Just your eyes, really. You don't even have to move your head that much. Just kind of opens you up. Just enough. If you have long hair like I do, you may find that you get a little bit caught. It's okay, totally normal. I actually don't put it up in this big little poof bun that I often do, because doing that, you also hit it all the time. So you just can't win when you have long hair, right? Okay. Side to side rotation. Left hand is on top. So I also want to sort of slide in. I'm really bending that left knee, kind of sitting into that hip. I'm going to switch, circle down, here, here, circle down, here, here. So I'm really hitting into each hip. And this is all about that hip rotation. We have a torch press coming up. £15 is a lot to try for me, and press straight up into the air. I'd rather have clean movements for you. So left hand is on top. I'm gonna have my left thumb pointing upward, and I squeeze my glutes, press up. So the top hand is pressing up, the bottom hand is pulling down just ever so slightly, like reflexively pulling down. Press up. So that top hand, if you have two hands on, will be straightening out. That bottom hand may have a slight bend in the elbow. Last move in this round, we have a step back, alternating step back lunge. Everybody's favorite. We're balancing the club this entire time. So if your lunge is not as deep today, that's okay, right? The focus is still on controlling that step back. Left hand is on top. I'm really gonna focus at some point in front of me, keeping my eyes focused on that one point the entire time. It will help me maintain balance. Really thinking about packing the shoulders down. Chest is out and proud. Moving with control, finding that lunge, taking a second, and then coming back up to standing. Breathing. Woo-hoo. Round one done. Halfway through. Now, the right hand is going to be on top. Do all of those things all over again. Focused with the right hand. Take a breath. 12 more seconds. Grab some water if you need it. Starting with those side swings. Right hand on top. Still spreading the earth with my feet. Shoulders are packed down. I don't need the club to go higher than my shoulders. If they stay at chest height, that's okay too. Better to have your shoulders stay down than have the club go high, right? Again, really finding rotation through the hips and spine, and rest. We have that balanced squat coming up. Same kind of, just like I talked about the lunge, same thing goes for the balanced squat. We have this weight, it's helping to keep us upright. The goal is not to have your butt all the way down to the floor. If you could do that, great. But if that's not where you are today, that's okay. You can just find wherever you feel the work of the squat beginning to happen. My goal is usually to try and get my elbows to touch my knees or my thighs, but I also want to maintain an upright position. As soon as I start bending over a whole lot, like my chest bending toward my knees, I know I should just make it a little bit smaller. Right? I can come here, anywhere you feel that squat. Shoulder cast is next. Taking this 30 seconds to try and regulate breathing, bring that heart rate down a little bit. Shoulder cast. Squeezing the glutes, spreading the earth with your feet. Bicep comes by the ear, if possible. But we want to keep that core engaged the entire time. So I'm not just splaying open as I go back. We don't want that. We want to use the core and only go to where we can maintain that engagement. Front back rockets, right hand on top. I love this move because after seconds, all of a sudden you're feeling so much fire in your thighs. So maybe a little more than hip width apart. and we bounce. Trying to sit down in a chair that does not exist, right? Bounce, bounce. Trying to aim for like a 45-degree angle on where the club is heading. Obviously, when it goes back, you're going to lean forward a little bit. And when it goes forward, you're really sitting. Almost there. Bounce, 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 bounce. We have that alternating circle coming up next. Right hand is on top. The circle will start and end on my right side as opposed to at the midline. Right? Here. That midline circle is not incorrect, it's just a different exercise. And I want you to try and build confidence and comfort knowing you can bring it, the club that is, right in line with the arm that is working, right? If you just did this with a single hand, you'd want to know you can stop here. This place you have way more control. Even here, you see my arm is in a different position. It's not as strong in the same way. It's way not as strong this way. Elbow has to do a lot more work. There's a little bit of torque. So, strong position, less strong, but still strong. We just want to work on all the different avenues. Here we go, dead clean. Right hand on top. Try and let go of that club. Squeeze the glutes to stand up. Try to guide the club so there's no fear of it hitting you in the face because you have control the entire time. We have shield cast coming up next. Right hand is on top. We're imagining the right hand is the dominant hand. It's the hand doing the majority of the work, right? So it's going to go over the opposite ear, my left ear. Spreading the earth with your feet, tucking that pelvis under. Here we go. And in these shield casts, just letting your eyes follow the direction the club is going. Only as it goes past your ear. You don't need to follow both directions, right? You're not trying to like wildly look around. Keeping this movement tight, finding order every single time. We have that side to side rotation. So we're sitting into that hip, we rotate to the other side and circle down. Really great exercise for working on this hip rotation that is so important for daily life, for so many sports, and for club belling specifically. So we're sitting in here, we switch over, right? We're gonna come here, down and around. Turn, down and around. Really sitting into that hip. Finding those order positions. Shoulders are packed down the whole entire time. My elbows really never left my sides. Very, very minimally, so it's a nice tight position to be in. Torch press coming up next. I'm going to show you with this 15-pound club because I want you to see that it is totally fine to choke up, even with two hands on. So I'm up above the very edge, the bottom. My right hand is on top, that right thumb is pointing forward. I press up, right hand pushes up, left hand pulls down. Try to aim that club directly overhead. Squeezing biceps by my ears. Oh, last move. Then we get into a cool down. We have that step back lunge. All of these are wonderful building blocks for creating your own flow. So it's really important that you get them to a place of muscle memory where you don't really have to think about it. Finding a point out in front of me where my gaze is focused the entire time. If you start to change and choose a different spot midway, you might notice that you have a little bit of trouble staying in this balanced position. Squeeze those glutes coming up, shoulders packed down, chest is proud. Nice work. Into the cool down, we did it. Taking a moment to really address the wrists, because these guys, they take the brunt of this work. So starting with some figure eights with your wrists, and then the other way. This is the other way. Shake that out. Let's do some jellyfish. Really trying to enunciate every single knuckle, all of the fingers moving, kind of creating waves. Shake that out. Reach, hands overhead, right wrist grabs left, right hand grabs left wrist. Step that left foot back and stretch. Side bend. Here we go on the right side. Left hand grabs your right wrist, right leg steps back. Add on by looking up towards the ceiling. Shoulders packed down. Shake it out. Getting into that neck just a little bit. Pressing hands down on the head. Try and push your head up against your hands for 3, 2, 1. Look up and down. Arm comes across the body, shoulders still packed down. One more beautiful exhale. And then you're going to press your palm away from the body. The shoulders still packed down. You're not holding on at your elbow. You can reach over for your bicep, your shoulder, whatever you got. Hand overhead. Again, not grabbing onto the actual elbow, thinking about reaching for that tricep. And then you can give a little twist and look up for an added side body stretch. Other side. Arm comes across the body, shoulder packed down. This may be enough for you. You can always just stay here. And if you'd like a little bit more, push that palm away from your body. One more. Shake that out. Reaching that elbow up overhead. Reach for the tricep. Look up. And my nice little twist to get into that side body. Thanks so much for being here with me. I hope you enjoyed this club bell workout. I know I did. I'm sweating now. If this is the beginning of your club bell journey, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. There's so many great kinds of exercises, and I just love this tool. I think it makes you strong and capable, and I'm so happy to have you here. I'd love to hear how you got on in this workout. Drop me a comment, hit me up on any of my social medias, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye.